I've recreated a dozen pals in Skylanders Imaginators, and today I will be showcasing them, starting with one of my personal favorite pals, Bushi. Yeah, I know it doesn't look exactly like him, but given the circumstances and the limitations of Imaginator's creation system, this was about the closest I could get. Since I got a dozen to showcase, I'll just skim through them real quick. So yeah, Doe Deer, Monster Eyes. I actually don't know why I chose that, to be honest. I guess it fit better, I don't know. No ears. Mummy chest. It was the only one with wraps on it, so. Cleaning arms. Ninja legs. Would you have it any other way? I know he doesn't wear a belt, but I thought it would look cooler. No tail. Why would he have one? And of course, this. I was actually debating whether or not if I should make him a knight or a sentinel. With dual-sided weapons, because the fire samurai Ember, she has like a dual-sided fire sword, the katana. I was actually thinking about making Bushi a sentinel just like Ember at first, but I figured this sword actually fits better. And it fits the style better too. The umbrella dome. Oh yeah, this is the PS4 version, so I actually created them in the Xbox 360 version where I unlocked all the parts before bringing them to the PlayStation version since it's higher quality, and I could just screen record instead of having to set up the HDMI thing and whatnot. Yeah, these are the size proportions. These are the colors I chose. And fire element aura, of course. Alright, let's see Bushi in action. I didn't give any of the pals voices, since they don't really have any. I mean, they make grunt stuff, but they don't talk full sentences. Frick. I really like that thing where he just teleports really swiftly in front of an enemy and just massacres them. Alright. I got a dozen to showcase, so let's move on to the next pal. Alright, this next one, he's the Egyptian god of Palworld. You all know him, you all love him. Anubis. The closest I can get to him. Or her. Sometimes they come in male or female, I think. They all do. Most of them, at least. I was thinking about going with the wolf's head at first, but it just didn't really fit and didn't have enough of a color dynamic, so I decided to go with this. Yeah, I've been pretty hooked on Palworld lately. Admittedly, I've gotten kind of addicted to it. Like, I sunk over 200 hours at least into it, so once I started playing, I've hardly ever stopped. It's pretty much like pretty much my main of few, like, escapisms from the pressures of college life and whatnot. I was thinking about giving him one of the blingy fists, but I decided to go with these. They kind of match his fingers, sort of. I figured, why not? Pharaoh's bracelets, fitting enough. And Pharaoh's leg armor. Yeah, size proportions. Did I show the size proportions for the previous one? I don't remember. Anyway, color scheme seems fitting enough. You can pause the video if you want to look at it more thoroughly. I was thinking about giving him an Earth Elemental Aura, which I did not unlock in the PS4 version, which I'm playing on PS5. I'm not sure if I showed the abilities for the other ones or not, to be honest. No? Yeah, that kind of matches his sort of like a dash and attack ability closely enough, right? Not bad, right? Alright. Alright, 2 down, 10 more to go. Alright, next up is the one that people often compare to either Mewtwo or Lopunny. Say sort of a mix of both. Well, whatever. I think you already know who the next pal is. Lunaris. Or as close as I can get to it. Remember, I can only use the parts that are available in this game to make them look as close to them as I can, so... If you're wondering why its pigtails are on its side instead of on its back, as you can see, I got that little like thing there on the back, sort of to compensate for that. Well, that was a hard time trying to like match the like the pigtail thing. So, Queen torso, Slay Queen. Can't believe I just said that. Beetle arms, cool. Yeah, he has Lunaris has little stubby legs, so so I figured those would be most fitting for them. Even if I know the hips aren't quite as like eccentricated as I just realized, does Lunaris have a tail? I forgot to look into that. I think that may be the one thing I forgot if Lunaris does. Although if Lunaris doesn't have a tail, I forget, then if not, then just ignore that. I really tried to find like something a little stubbier for the horns on the head, but couldn't really find anything smaller than this, so yeah. Yeah, I did that to make Lunaris' wrists a little thicker. Yeah, tailed cape. I tried to use that to sort of like simulate the pigtails hanging from behind instead of on the sides of the head, but I know this looks a little weird, but well, you get the idea. I gave him a bit of a light elemental, shiny aura. I know it's a neutral type, but you know, the elemental systems in Skylanders and Pokemon and Palworld, they work differently. There's the size proportions. Yeah, I didn't expect him to be this buff, but apparently for some reason the Sorcerer class Imaginators tend to be a little skinnier and have smaller legs. That's why I always bump up the lower body all the way to the max. Enlightened. Speed of light. Alright. I think there was another PAL based on Mewtwo that was found when data mining the game's files, but yeah, I don't think that one's ever going to get released. Or maybe they will at some point, who knows? I don't know. Got him trapped now. I hate when that happens. Alright, 3 down. How long have we been recording for? Oh, 9 minutes already, wow. Alright, next pal is Robinquill. I focus mainly on bipedal, like, humanoid ones, pals. Since I figured those would be, like, the easiest to make with Imagineer's creation system, since there are no options for, like, quadrupeds or dragons or centaurs or anything like that. Yeah, didn't expect that for the chest. Or that. Or maybe, I don't know. Just her legs. Mainly because of, like, the pattern on the pants there, you know, with the zigzag triangular things on the ankles. That's mainly why I chose this one for him. And that thing is meant to, like, sort of, like, be an extension of his cape, but I guess now you can't really unsee that. I was going through all the bows, seeing which one is the most fitting for him, and, I actually had to, like, look for, like, the raw 3D file ripped from the game. What did I say? And it turns out this is pretty much what his bow looks like. I wish I could choose a fancier bow, but, wanted to keep as accurate as I could. Yeah, he has those little spiky, feathery things on his head. This was the closest thing I could find to that. Unfortunately, there were no green spikes to go alongside it. I did that to sort of like extend his cape sideways out a little more, sort of. Or simulate as close as I could. And same with the cape, of course. I really wish there was an option for longer capes. Size proportions. I tend to make them as tall as I can. To match their body proportions and whatnot. I was thinking about giving him a life elemental aura or something, which I didn't unlock in the PS4 version. But hey, close enough. I actually kind of forget which life elemental ability he has, so, let's see, poisonous gas, throw exploding plants, grow vines. Alright. I remember the first time I encountered a Robinquill, he nearly kicked my arse. Oh, that's right. Not trigger. Sorry, I played Palworld so long, I kind of got used to those controls. With like, shooting weapons. Yeah, pretty cool, huh? Okay, next pal. Who should I showcase next? It's 4 pals down. Ooh! Alright, next up is Incineram. Or as close as I can get to it once again. I had to go through quite a few heads to find one that vaguely resembles, just barely. And this one was the closest, and has the right, I guess, close enough color balance, because you can only put colors on certain parts of body parts. In this case, the head. It had, like, close enough pattern where I could put the colors. Yeah, the Imaginators creation system does have its limitations, obviously, but it's also surprisingly versatile as well. Yeah, sorry if the ears and horns are a little too close. Oh yeah, I was having trouble finding a chest that had like a big white puffy thing in the middle, but I did find one that at least has like the rib cages like wrapping around him, similar to Incineram in the game. Yeah, fawn legs. Those ones, that one I knew immediately would be perfect for Incineram. That's one of the main reasons why I did. Skunk tail. I know he has a ponytail on the back of his head, but there's no option for something like that, so I decided to put his tail on where the tail usually goes instead of. Or would you prefer I just get rid of it? Would that be better? Oh, whatever. He has big-ish claws, so I gave him these like Wolverine-like claws. Gargoyle horns, of course. Those were the first ones I immediately thought of when I thought of Incineram. Fine for their shoulders. I try to get this to be essentially like the equivalent of his big puffy thing, since it also extends a little further out alongside his shoulders, sort of, I think. Yeah, if you're wondering why he has these scarecrow things, basically so I can, like, really bulk up his forearms and wrists, because he has, like, really skinny biceps and huge forearms, kind of like Popeye. So I thought that those were one of the puffiest and blends into the hands closely enough. Oh, and since he's a kindler, I decided to give him a big thing of coal on his back. Or should I just get rid of it? I don't know. Size proportions. Ooh, careful, you don't want to mess that up. The colors I chose for him, a lot of red and black, some white. Fire elemental aura. Why is that hard to say? Alright. Since he's Incineram, got a lot of like charging ram-like attacks. One thing that kind of speeds up this process a little is that I don't have to pick out voices for them. I wonder if I can make a pentagram with this. Probably not very easily with that thing there in the middle. I'm sure I could, but I'm not gonna be bothered with that right now. Alright, next pal. What should I showcase next? That's 5 pals down. Got it a little over halfway. Oh yeah, this guy. I think this is one. I don't know if this one new Fey Break pals or not, but this is Knocklem. Yeah, when I was searching for like the best gatherers and miners, this guy is level 3 gathering and level 4 mining, so I figured, oh yeah, I need to get that guy to my base. He wasn't easy to catch though, he was tough. At least as tough as he looks, if not more so. Spyro horns. Mainly because of like little button things on the chest. Unfortunately, I couldn't make them gold. Huh? Strong guy. Yeah, he kind of skipped leg day. No tail. I know he fights with his fists, doesn't have an axe, but considering that like the Smasher class Imaginators have like the biggest upper body structure typically, I had like an Earth Smasher already pre-made available. I figured, yeah, why not? Why not spice it up a little? Give him something to smash with. Yeah, I think it was the closest thing to the forehead crown thing. Nice big round shoulder pads, of course. And he has like this big round gold thing on his back. I don't know what it's called, but I use this sort of like simulate as close as I could. Size proportions, muscles, upper body all the way to the max, tiny head and lower body. You know, there's the colors. Alright. Do you think I should give him an aura, or is he good with that one? No, loves to beat his chest a lot. I decided to give him this. Why not? That's cool. It'll be pretty cool if he could actually do something like that in the game. Is there like a skill fruit that does something like that in Palworld? I don't know. I'll have to look into that. That'd be cool. Alright, next one. Who should I showcase next? Ooh. Okay, this next one, like I think one of the legendary pals or something. I don't know if it's like a new one added with the Fey Break update or not, or if it's been around for a while, but next one is Selyne. I know it doesn't look 100% exact, but it was close as I could get. How many times have I said that already? Let's see. I've used this head for a couple pals. No ears. Masquerade torso. One for all arms. Now, unfortunately, none of the legs in Imaginators have like really long skirts, so like for like pals that have like really long like skirt lower bodies with their legs hardly shown or not shown at all, like that was difficult to work around. And this is supposed to be part of his robe. Once again, it's hard to unsee that. Alright, next up is his weapon. I decided to give him this. I thought it'd be most fitting for him as a sorcerer class. This was the closest thing I could find to the moon symbol on his head. The same thing I gave Knocklem. You could see a bit of a pattern here. I thought this would be fitting for like the triangular pointing outward things on his shoulders. Even though they're not quite attached to the uniform. Once again, I did this sort of bulk up his forearms and wrists a little. Yeah. And as I think the biggest obstacle was finding that giant crystal moon thing on his back. This was the closest I could find to sort of simulate it. Yeah, there weren't like a whole lot of options there, unfortunately. Oh well. What do you think? Close enough? Not really? Let me know in the comments, I guess. Size proportions. Color scheme. Lots of black, white, and gold, bit of purple. Well, actually, I couldn't make the wings purple and light blue. Yeah. Shiny light elemental aura. Alright. I was trying to think of like a cool moon pun, but couldn't think of it. I think he does something like that in the game. I know he like shoots like big energy beams from his moon thing. Unfortunately, I didn't buy the upgrade that like charges up a big rainbow Kamehameha thing. Whatever. Okay, let's see. Alright, 7 down, 5 more to go. How long have you been recording for? Oh, over 20 minutes, okay. Okay, the next one. Okay, this next one I know for sure is part of the Faybreak update. Not gonna lie, this one's kind of scary, but also cool. This is Splatterina. Oh, wait, my bad, sorry. I had 2 dark crystals, and I forgot which one was which. Yeah, I mean, okay, let's do this one first. This is Nyafia. I was gonna have to sort of, like, say it in a cool way when I brought her out. I was thinking of, like, Nyafia when I, like, put her on the portal, but whatever. I guess I sort of ruined that, but whatever. Unfortunately, I couldn't really find any heads that would fit her with hair options that cover one eye, like in the game. You know, it has like a bit of a sort of emo-ish look. Not gonna lie, like first time I saw Nyafia in the game, I was like, okay, I think we just found Angel Dust Persona. that's when I named it. When I captured one, I named it Angel Dust Persona. And of course, yeah, some of you are probably wondering, like, this is Palworld, where's all the guns? Well, here's the first one I made out of 2. Remade a dozen pals, and only 2 of them have guns. I'll show you the other one in a bit. But yeah, Nyafia has a shotgun, so I gave her like dual handheld double barrels. I know it's weird. It looks like she has 4 ears, but those are supposed to be like little like hanging things on the side of the head, and the ears are like really tall and pointy, more on the top. Like, you get the idea. I gotta work with what I got here. Yeah, little patches of fur on the wrists and whatnot. I usually use the twine cape here to simulate longer hair, since a lot of the heads are like bobs, they don't have long hair. Yeah, size proportions, the colors, look, lots of Yeah, lots of like bluish purple and pink and black. I was thinking about giving it like a dark elemental aura, but I thought that would look a little weird. You wouldn't see it very well. I'll show you Splatterina right after. I can't believe I forgot which crystal had which. Just knocks him right back. I actually haven't gotten Nyafia's shotgun upgrade yet, so I actually don't know if it pushes them back like that. Oh, I guess I'll know soon enough. Alright, next up, for real this time, Splatterina. Let's just say she wasn't quite what I expected from the name. Apparently she was a lot more horror movie-like. Like, if you've seen what Splatterina looks like, you know what I mean. I was expecting me to be more like, what is it? Like, it's sort of like a Splatoon or Splat from Superchargers or something. But nope. Well, here's what I used to make it. I know you can't see the white in the eyes very well for some reason. For some reason, this particular head, Bugshot, has like kind of smallish eyes. For some reason, the white doesn't show very well in them. Now, she has like really long hair that like dangles down all around her, so I had to like put a couple things on to sort of simulate that as close as I could. Now, once again, there aren't very long skirt ones, so... Then again, I don't think her skirt is that long. Again, I don't know why. I have a habit of using the beaver tail to simulate, like, long robes or cape extensions or something. In this case, her hair, which... I doubt you're going to be able to see any of that. When I was trying to think of, like, a weapon to pick for, like, her big, scary butcher knife sort of thing, this was the closest I could find to it. Demon horns. I was actually thinking about giving her the same horns as Incineram at first, but I figured, given that thing in the middle of her head, I thought this was close enough. Once again, I tried using these to sort of simulate out her long hair dangling all around her. Size proportions. Yeah, she's pretty skinny. She doesn't need that much muscle. And the color scheme, red, gray, some black. Oh yeah, and I actually gave her a dark elemental aura. This is what she looks like without it. Do you think she looks better with or without the aura? You know what's weird is that, as far as I'm aware, Splatterina doesn't actually have any, like, splatter-like abilities, so I decided to give her one. Well, you know, this is the same one I gave to, Bendy. No, not Bendy. Audrey from Bendy, when I recreated her in this game. Alright, I think I've shown enough here. Okay, 3 more to go, I think. Yep, 3 more. Alright, this next one is the boss of the Free Pal Alliance, which is basically like the equivalent, Palworld's equivalent to PETA. Lyleen. What do you think? I know it doesn't look 100% exact, but close enough, right? Once again, the lack of long skirts makes it kind of hard to work around these things. Let's see, I chose the bob head, human, pigtails. I figured that'd be fitting enough, right? Yeah, I had a bit of a hard time choosing what arm and torso to give her, since they're basically like really skinny and not a lot of detail on them. Now the legs and the skirt, on the other hand, the dryad legs with the leaf skirt, I figured that'd be good enough. Close. I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's like there's like a darker, more bluish shade of green leaves underneath the greener leaves on that skirt. And I tried to match the pattern as close as I could. Even though her legs don't really show, I decided to get this thing. Finally, a tail that actually makes more sense. I figured since, when it comes to her class, I figured this water lily staff would fit her perfectly, even if she doesn't really have one. Now, this is like Boom Bloom's hair, blossom, flower things. Like, if you've seen Boom Bloom from Imaginators, you'll see what I mean. Like, they're pretty similar-ish, features-wise, in some ways. But I thought the Bloom helmet would be perfect for Lyleen. Petal shoulders. What could you go wrong there? And I put, like, these all-for-one leg armor things to, like, poof out her legs a bit more and almost make it look like she's wearing a long dress, even if it looks a little weird. But, hey, you gotta work with what you got. It's like wings. She has, like, this thing sort of jutting out in the sides and the back, so I decided to, like, put that there to sort of, like, simulate it, sort of. You get the idea. Yeah, small head, small upper body. Yeah. I know it doesn't really look like her muscles are pushed all the way to the max, but because they're, like, so small and skinny, I had to, like, buff them up, otherwise she looked like even more of a twig. It looks really awkward. Yeah, the color palette, lots of dark blue, mid-greens, some whites, and a bit of yellowish brown or something. And pink on the flowers, of course, sort of. Light elemental? I thought that would look good. Or do you think she looks better without the aura? No, you get the idea. As for powers, I decided to have her, like, grow these plant things that explode, I think. Alright, enough talk. Let's see what she can do. Are those bees? Yeah, basically she grows plants that attack enemies. I actually don't remember if she could do something like that in the game or not. Close enough, right? Wait, is that the poison cloud? Oh, I guess that's like a secondary thing, so what's the point in even having the poison cloud upgrade? Right in midair. Alright, I got 2 left. This next one, I think a lot of you are already familiar with this particular next pal, one way or another, even if you haven't played the game. You already know who it is. Lovander. Yeah, she's both one of the most infamous and popular pals for obvious reasons, I'm sure you already know. Apparently I used the same head as the Lunaris. It was the closest I can get, like, in terms of the head shape and pattern and whatnot. Oh, and I gave her heart eyes. I figured it'd only be fitting. No ears, apparently. I was thinking about giving her, like, because the ears are usually on the sides, whereas her ears are more of, like, on the top of her head. Yeah. Ninjini chest. Like, could you think of something better? Yeah, you probably didn't expect these legs. Raptor legs. Probably can't see that. She has, like, 2 tails like this, but I can only do 1, so... Alright. I was debating on which weapons I could give her. Unfortunately, I can't just give her barehanded, so I had to get something. I figured this would be the closest enough to sort of resemble her fingers or something. I don't know. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any, like, love-related ones. I did find, like, these shiny ruby ones, which I did not unlock in this game on PS4. Alright, gargoyle horns. Uh, in terms of, like, things on top of the head, I thought this was close enough, even if they're more pointed than rounded. Or whatever. Why not? And I figured, like, putting this cape here would be close enough to, like, her hair going down. Size proportions. Color. Yep, lots of pink, some purple. Unfortunately, there was no love aura or anything like that, so, yeah. Alright, so let's show him some love. Yeah, this is why I usually don't do videos unscripted. I'm not very good with ad-libbing or freestyle. Sometimes love hurts. She's got you under her trance now. Alright, got one more pal to showcase, and I'm sure it's the one you've all been waiting for. By far the most iconic pal in the game, essentially like the Pikachu of the game, some say. This one I was debating on at first because I was afraid I couldn't find the right parts to make this, since, you know, Imaginators character custom structure usually works better with, like, humanoid bipedal structures, whereas, like, this guy is, like, more of a, where sort of, like, the head and body are sort of connected into one mesh, similar to Tasmanian Devil or Crash Bandicoot, but, well, if it looks a little awkward, that's probably why, so this was the best I could do. Here he is. You already know him, Grizzbolt. Did he lose a little weight? Yeah, this was the best I could do. Yeah, I had to make his head a specific size just so it would, like, sort of align and blend in with the body shape a little. Monster eyes. Figured why not. He has ears that sort of... I know his ears are slightly more diagonal, but I figured this was close enough. Now, this lightning bolt one here, I thought, alright, you know what, if I'm going to make a Grizzbolt, I'm definitely choosing that chest. That's what I was thinking. I was debating whether or not if I should make that shiny glowy part with, like, the moving, almost liquid-like light out, where they're white or yellow. I made it white. Yeah, tiger arms with those big arse claws. You can see them, right? Now this guy has, like, little tiny stubby little legs, so this was, like, another challenge I had to try and work around, so I gave him, like, matching legs and made them smaller. I don't think he has a tail, does he? If so, I kind of forgot about that. Let me know in the comments. Little bunny tail. And another reason why I was debating on it was because, well, I was debating if I should make him a quick shot or a bazooka, because I know he doesn't have a big bazooka, but that'd be cool if he did. That, in terms of, like, a big gun he holds, I figured maybe that. But then I remembered, oh wait, there are, like, these almost Gatling-like quad cannons that... Alright, you know what, I'll just choose that. Like, it's close enough to the minigun, I guess. It's like he has, like, two dual miniguns. Why is it called a minigun when it's a big-arse gun? I never understood that. And, you know, he has, like, a little, like, tuft of fur sticking out the top of his head, so I used, like, this mohawk thing to simulate that. When you look at it from the middle, it doesn't look so awkward, whereas from the side, it looks a little weird. I was debating if I should, like, put something on his arms to sort of, like, bulk him up a bit and put a little black on there, since, you know, his hands are more black than yellow. And you know, he's a bit of a chunky guy, like, a little more rounded, so I put this on his back to sort of centercate that a bit. Or should I just get rid of it? Well, hey. Size proportions, you know, really big, small lower body, muscles pushed all the way to the max, or do you think I should tone them down a little, or does he look good like this? Upper body. I had to get the size of the head just right to align with the body. What do you think? Close enough? And the color palette, lots of yellow, some white, some black. You know, I was debating whether... I just realized I don't think there... Is there an electric aura? Yeah. As far as I'm aware, I don't think there's an electric aura. Or maybe there is, and I forget. I think I tried it, and it didn't really work out. Adam's nice. Oh, wait, there is an electric aura. Oh, yeah, I tried it on him, but it looked a little weird, so... maybe I'll try... I kind of wish I gave it to him so you could see what it looks like, so I wouldn't have to... never mind, I guess not really important. Yeah, I decided to make him attack, since why not? I was thinking about giving him this ability at first, you know, with the guns, but this one actually has more of an electric-like thing, so I figured, why not? Alright, enough talk. Yeah, I don't know how to follow that up. I know he doesn't really summon little guys, so I guess consider this like summoning another little pal or something, or three. But hey, they electrocute enemies, so I figured this is close I can get to one of his electric abilities. Now, that's not actually packed enough. You were hoping that his rate of fire was a little more rapid. Well, let me show you his secondary attack, or third area, whatever you would call it. That's more what you were expecting, right? Sorry, there's a bit of drift in this controller. Shocked and shot. Okay, well, that's about all the pals I have to showcase today. So, what'd you think? Out of all my pal recreations, which one was your favorite? Please let me know in the comments below. So yeah, I might have went a little overboard with creating so many pals at once. This video's gone on for a while, so yeah, I guess I'll just end it here. Hope you enjoyed. See you later.